It's hard to put into words what just happened because what took place tonight wasn't just a concert, it was a moment carved into the history of music, something that the thousands inside the stadium will carry with them for the rest of their lives. The energy was off the charts before the show even started, but when it finally happened, when the lights went down and the first notes kicked in, it felt like the whole universe had narrowed down to that single instant in Cardiff. And nobody could have predicted the way it all began. As the roar of the crowd built into a deafening, almost unbearable level of anticipation, the speakers erupted with the unmistakable opening of "Fucking in the Bushes." The stadium practically shook under the weight of the noise, people screaming, jumping, throwing their arms into the air, fully aware that this was it. This was the moment Oasis was about to take the stage. But nothing, absolutely nothing, could have prepared the fans for what happened next. As the pounding drums and dirty, distorted guitar of "Fucking in the Bushes" blared through the speakers, out from the shadows emerged Liam and Noel Gallagher, hand in hand. For a second, it didn't even feel real. The two brothers, whose relationship had become legendary for its dysfunction, walked out together like brothers again. Like they understood exactly what this moment meant, not just to the fans, but to each other. The explosion of sound from the crowd was unlike anything I've ever heard. People were crying, screaming, hugging complete strangers. It was more than symbolic, it was transformative. In that moment, the past seemed to dissolve, and for the first time in what felt like forever, it was just about the music, about the connection that had always been there beneath all the headlines, all the years of distance. The fact that they chose to step out together, still clutching each other's hands while the aggressive energy of "Fucking in the Bushes" was still roaring through the venue, that image is going to live forever in the minds of everyone who witnessed it. And then, without a second of hesitation, they launched straight into "Hello." It was like being hit by a tidal wave of sound, adrenaline, and pure euphoria. That opening riff cut through the air like a blade and the crowd lost its mind. It wasn't just a good opening, it was the perfect opening. The choice of "Hello" to kick things off was a masterstroke, a direct message to the fans, to the doubters, to the world. We're back, and we're not here to play it safe. Liam's voice was on fire right from the first note, gritty, powerful, dripping with that signature attitude. Noel's guitar snarled and soared, locked in tight with the band, and the crowd immediately erupted into the kind of singing that could have shattered the roof if there had been one. The entire stadium was bouncing, fists in the air, screaming every single word. It was unrelenting energy, the kind of pure, raw rock and roll that so many people feared might have been lost to time. The opening of "Hello" set the tone for everything that followed. There was no warm-up, no slow build, just pure Oasis, straight out of the gate, confident, loud, and absolutely untouchable. The momentum from that moment carried through the entire night. The crowd was electric, every face lit up with disbelief and joy. Phones were raised, but more importantly, hands were raised. Because for most of the people there, this wasn't about capturing it on a screen. It was about living it, breathing it, feeling every chord vibrate through their bones. And still, even with that incredible opening, the image that lingers, the one that keeps replaying in everyone's mind, is the sight of the Gallagher brothers stepping out together, hands clasped, while the ferocious instrumental of "Fucking in the Bushes" was still rattling the walls. It felt symbolic of everything Oasis has ever meant: defiance, unity, chaos, beauty. It was more than anyone could have hoped for, and as the set list unfolded, as the hits and deep cuts poured out one after another, that initial emotional high never truly faded. They could have started with anything, but choosing "Hello" was a statement. Choosing to come out together side by side while that ferocious instrumental shook the stadium, that was history.